好，我们现在开始讲今天的这个课。今天的课的题目就是般若心经。
So we're going to begin now with tonight's teaching. The topic of tonight's teaching is the Heart Sutra, the heart of the perfection of wisdom.
那么般若心经的这个课一共我们这次就是一共安排了3天。
On this visit, 3 teachings have been scheduled on the topic of the Heart Sutra.
然后前2天，今天和明天呢，我们就讲这个般若空心的一些内容。
So in our class this evening, we're going to be addressing the content of the Heart Sutra.
主要是讲这个般若空心的理论。
Primarily discussing the theory or the theoretical component of the sutra.
然后最后一天呢，我们就讲般若空心的这个修心的方法。
And we'll continue talking about that tomorrow evening as well. And then on the third evening teaching, we will be talking about a meditation method based on the Heart Sutra.
首先，这个般若空心是所有的大乘佛法的精华。
So first of all, it needs to be said that the Prajna Paramita is the essence of all of the Mahayana teachings.
然后这个般若释迦牟尼佛呢，他成佛了以后转了3次法轮。
After the Buddha Shakyamuni achieved enlightenment, he turned the wheel of Dharma 3 times.
这3次法轮等于是小学的课程、中学的课程和大学的课程。
And we can liken these 3 turnings of the wheel of Dharma to an elementary school curriculum, an middle school curriculum, and a high school curriculum.
第一次就是释迦牟尼佛成佛以后的这个49天以后呢，开始传第一次的法轮。
So the first turning of the wheel corresponds with the first teaching given by the Buddha 49 days after he achieved enlightenment.
然后主要是讲小乘佛教，也就是我们现在的这个南传佛教。
And the content of these teachings were primarily that of the foundational vehicle of Buddhism, that which is known these days primarily as the Theravada tradition.
然后释迦牟尼佛第一次转了法轮大家对佛教稍微有一点理解了以后呢，开始传这个第2次法轮。
So after the Buddha performed the first turning of the wheel of Dharma and everyone had gained some understanding of the Buddha's teachings, he then went on to do the second turning.
然后第2次的法轮就是人们理解了、消化了这样子以后呢，开始传第3次法轮。
And it was only after everyone understood or came to an understanding and digested the teachings of the second turning that he then gave the teachings corresponding with the third turning.
然后第1次这个法轮当中呢，主要是讲善恶因果、前世后世等等，讲稍微比较简单基础的一些这个基础的知识。
With the first turning of the wheel of Dharma, the content that the Buddha taught was rather simple or foundational content, such as karmic cause and effect, virtue and non-virtue, past and future lives, and so forth.
然后第2次法轮当中呢，主要是讲空性、缘起性空。
And with the second turning of the wheel of Dharma, he primarily taught on emptiness and dependent origination.
最后佛就讲这个佛心如来藏。
And the final turning of the wheel, with the final turning of the wheel, the Buddha taught on Buddha nature.
从内容上看这3个都是有层次的 是下等的、中等的、上等的有这样子的级别。
So in terms of content, we could say that each of these three turnings corresponds with different levels. There's a lower level, a middle level, and an advanced level.
然后我们今天讲的就是释迦牟尼佛的第二转法轮的内容。
And so what we are going to be teaching on tonight is corresponds with the content of the second turning of the wheel of Dharma.
然后这个第二转法轮呢，主要是般若波罗蜜多般若波罗蜜多经，般若波罗蜜多经广的就有10万10万颂，10万颂就是有10万个颂词，也非常庞大的佛经。
So within this, the main sutra is that of the Prajnaparamita Sutra. In its most extensive or lengthy format, it exists in 100,000 verses.
然后把这个10万，就像这个般若10万颂这么一个非常非常庞大的这个佛经，最后浓缩了以后呢，就是《金刚经》金刚经》只有5000个字。
And then this very vast sutra abbreviated into 5,000 verses. We have the Diamond Sutra.
然后这个5000个字再浓缩，《金刚经》再浓缩了以后呢，最后就是成为这个《般若心经》只有200多个字。
And condensing those 5,000 verses even further, we arrive at the Heart Sutra, which only has 200 or more characters.
然后这个叫做般若心经为什么叫做心经呢？心就是这个所有般若的精华，就是核心的东西，所以叫做般若心经。
So why do we refer to this, or why is this sutra called the Heart Sutra? The reason is because it contains the essence or the core of the Prajnaparamita teachings.
然后般若波罗蜜多巴人家巴拉玛达就是梵文的一句话。
The word or the term Prajnaparamita is a Sanskrit term.
然后巴人家就是般若，就是智慧。
And prajna means wisdom.
波罗蜜多就是巴拉玛达，就是到达彼岸。
And paramita refers to arrive at the other shore.
意思就是说智慧到达彼岸。
The meaning of it is wisdom arrives at the other shore.
彼岸是什么呢？彼岸就是到达了最高的境界。
And this other shore, what this means is to arrive at the highest level of realization.
智慧到达了最高的境界，就是般若波罗蜜多。
So when our wisdom arrives at its highest level of realization, then this is what Prajnaparamita means.
智慧到达了最高的境界，这个内容用最少的字来表达。这个就是心经。
So this wisdom of the wisdom arrived at the highest level. The text that represents this wisdom in the fewest words is the Heart Sutra.
大乘佛教的这个所有的内容可以说这个2个字来形容。
It's possible to describe the entire content of the Mahayana teachings with 2 words.
第一个就是智慧。
The first of these is wisdom.
第二就是慈悲。
And the second is compassion.
智慧可以解决自己的所有的问题。
Wisdom is able to solve all of our problems.
然后慈悲心可以帮助其他所有的人。
And compassion enables us to help all people.
有了智慧，就是解决自己的生老病死的问题，所以叫做自利。
With wisdom, we are able to solve or address all of the problems of cyclic existence, and so that's why it's referred to as benefiting self.
然后有了慈悲心，就可以帮助其他的人，所以就是他这个自利利他这4个字，就是自利利他，是大乘佛教的这个所有学佛的目标。
And with compassion, one is able to help all beings, and so that's why it's referred to as helping other. So these benefiting self and benefiting other, these 4 words put together is the purpose, the goal of the entire Mahayana tradition.
然后大乘佛教的这个智慧，它不是一个抽象的概念，而是一个非常具体、非常实实在在的东西。
The wisdom of the Mahayana tradition is not an abstract thing, but a very concrete, substantial thing.
当我们学习拥有这个智慧的时候，我们每一个人都亲身体会得到这个智慧。
And when everyone studies and comes to possess this for themselves, then they gain personal experience of this wisdom.
我们现在最缺乏的就是2个，一个就是智慧。
Right now, that which we lack most is firstly wisdom.
而不是聪明。我们很多人是非常非常聪明，但是呢，这个不等于有智慧。
So it's not intelligence or cleverness that we lack. Many people are intelligent and clever, but this isn't the same as having wisdom.
可以这么说，我们的这个愚昧无知，有些时候它是非常非常聪明的。
In fact, you can say that sometimes our ignorance, our benightedness is extremely clever.
我们的聪明同样很多时候都是非常愚昧、非常无知的。
But at the same time, our intelligence and cleverness sometimes is extremely ignorant.
所以他们都不是智慧。
So none of these are wisdom.
所以我们现在需要的就是智慧，而不是聪明。
So what we need right now is wisdom rather than cleverness or intelligence.
聪明可以让我们赚到更多的钱让我们处理一些这些比较好的方法去处理一些世俗的东西，但是呢，它不能让我们理解一些深奥的东西。
Cleverness or intelligence is able to help us earn more money and assist us in working out strategies to deal with various worldly affairs. However, this cleverness or intelligence alone is not able to help us understand more deeper matters.
那么我们现在最缺乏的就是智慧。
So right now, what we lack most is wisdom.
那么这个般若心经当中就讲我们为什么要这个学般若心经，它的这几个字很重要，度一切苦厄度一切苦厄就是解决我们的痛苦，为了解决我们的痛苦，所以我们要学般若心经。
So in terms of why we need to study the content of the Prajnaparamita Sutra, there's a line in the sutra which is extremely important, and this is that addressing suffering. It is for addressing suffering, eliminating suffering, that we need to study it.
度一切苦厄，这个苦厄当中包含了生老病死以及我们的生活当中的各种各样的烦恼，各种各样的痛苦。
So this notion of suffering includes the sufferings of cyclic existence, birth, aging, sickness, death. It also includes all of the various hardships and anguish within our everyday lives.
我们所有的人所有的生命，包括动物大家的一个共同的目标就是我们远离所有的痛苦。
All people, indeed all beings, including animals, have a common goal, and that is to be free from suffering.
然后远离所有的痛苦的同时，我们拥有幸福，这就是我们所有的有情众生的共同的目标。
And as well as being free from suffering, our common goal is to have happiness. This is the common goal of all sentient beings.
为了解决我们的痛苦，为了拥有幸福，我们创造了很多很多的文化。
In order to resolve our suffering and achieve happiness, we have created a great deal of culture.
然后我们每一天的这个付出，每一天的付出就这么一个字，就为了这么一个字，就是幸福、快乐。
And all of our labor expended every day is for just one thing, one word, happiness.
远离痛苦。
To be free from suffering.
这个在佛教大乘佛教里面就叫做离苦得乐这4个字。
So this goal to be free from suffering and to obtain happiness summed up in 4 lines in the Buddhist teachings.
这是我们所有人的这个生存的目标。
This is the goal of survival or the goal of existence for all people.
这一点都是一样，没有什么不一样。
Here it's exactly the same, there's no difference.
那不一样是什么呢？比如说我们有些人希望我自己离苦得乐。
The difference is that some people wish for themselves to be free from suffering and to achieve happiness.
有些人就是希望所有的众生都能够离苦得乐。
But some people wish that all beings be free from suffering and achieve happiness.
有些人呢，我们只希望在现实生活当中我离苦得乐更远的地方先不去想。
Some people only wish in their immediate lives to be free from suffering and achieve happiness. They don't think in any more long-term sense than this.
那有些人呢，就是希望不仅仅是这一生，生生死死都能够离苦得乐，这是我们的不一样的地方。
But some people wish to be free from suffering and achieve happiness not only in this existence but for all lifetimes to come. So these are the differences between people.
所以我们今天大家来学习这个心经，然后我们学好了以后，我们去修这个心经，也是为了离苦得乐。
So today, in coming together to learn about the Heart Sutra and to practice the Heart Sutra, we are the same. We do this in order to be free from suffering and to achieve happiness.
那我们每一天的这个工作也是离苦得乐那我们学心经也是离苦得乐，那到底这个有什么不一样呢？
So if our everyday work is in order to be free from suffering and achieve happiness, and our study of the Heart Sutra is for the same purpose, then what is the difference between these two?
然后我们每一天的工作是为了现实当中，在现实生活当中能够离苦得乐。
Our activities in our work activities and our everyday life activities is in order to be free from suffering and achieve happiness in our everyday lives.
学习般若心经是为了现世、来世、生生世世离苦得乐。
But in studying the Heart Sutra, we do so to be free from suffering and obtain happiness in this life, the next life, and in all lifetimes to come.
那么学到了这个般若心经，然后呢，我们这个真正的亲身体会到，也就是说证悟了这个般若心经的内容的时候呢，我们的所有的痛苦不仅是这一世、下一世、再下一世的所有痛苦，就是得到了解决。
By gaining a penetrating insight of the meaning of the Heart Sutra, then all of our suffering, not only our suffering in this life, but also in our future lives, will be resolved.
大乘佛教它不崇拜鬼，任何一个鬼，不崇拜神，任何一个神。
The Mahayana tradition does not worship any ghosts or demons or any god.
大乘佛教它追求的是什么呢？就是两个字，追求。崇拜的就是什么？大乘佛教崇拜智慧，崇拜慈悲心。大乘佛教追求智慧，追求这个慈悲。
The only things that the Mahayana tradition pursues or worships, there are just two things, wisdom and compassion, only these two.
所以我们现在学佛的话，那也就学两个，一个学智慧，第二就学慈悲心。
So in studying Buddhism, we too only study two things, wisdom and compassion.
今天我们讲的这个般若波罗蜜多，就是其中一个就是智慧。
So the Heart Sutra that we are learning about this evening is part of or one of these two things. It pertains to wisdom.
智慧和这个慈悲在大乘佛教里面呢，就像一只鸟的两个翅膀一样。
Wisdom and compassion in the Mahayana tradition are like the two wings of a bird.
因为鸟类它有两个翅膀，所以它可以在空中飞行。
It's because birds have two wings that they are able to fly in the sky.
大乘佛教它因为有了慈悲和智慧，所以它可以在这个轮回当中它可以在轮回当中既不在这个轮回，既不堕轮回又不会涅槃，它就在这个当中得到一个很平稳的去利益众生。
And with respect to the Mahayana tradition, wisdom and compassion enable the Mahayana practitioner not to go to the extreme either of samsara or nirvana, but to help beings from an equilibrium.
这样子以后呢我们大家要知道，今天我们来学这个《般若心经》的这个目的，也就是度一切苦消灭我们自己的这个烦恼，然后再去消灭所有众生的烦恼。
So everyone needs to know that our purpose in studying the Prajnaparamita Sutra is in order to eliminate all of our suffering, and then after doing this to go about eliminating the affliction and suffering of others.
这是我们讲的第一个，我们为什么要学这个般若心经，目的是什么？
So that's the first point that we need to address, the reason why we need to study the Prajnaparamita or Heart Sutra.
然后第二我们的生活当中的所有的恐惧所有的烦恼，所有的痛苦是怎么来的般若心经跟我们的痛苦有什么关系？或者是般若心经的智慧跟我们的幸福快乐有什么样的关系接下来我们讲这个内容。
So as for the second point, we are going to look at the origin of all of our fear, affliction, pain, and suffering. That is, we are going to look at what the connection between the Heart Sutra is and our suffering. We're going to examine what the connection is between its wisdom and our happiness.
然后这个般若心经里面有几句话非常重要希望大家注意。
So within the Prajnaparamita Sutra, there are several words or lines that are very important, and please everyone pay attention to them.
心无挂碍，无挂碍故，无有恐怖，就这几个字。
And these words are Since there is no obscuration of the mind, there is no fear. They transcend falsity and attain complete nirvana.
那这几个字，这几句话在说什么呢？我们的生活当中的所有的恐惧所有的痛苦，就是因为我们自己的挂碍，就是我们自己的执着产生的。
So these words, primarily that of "since there is no obscuration of mind, there is no fear," refers to the fact that all of the fear and all of the suffering that we experience in life derives from the attachment and clinging of our minds.
从表面上看起来我们的生活当中的很多的烦恼很多的这个恐惧，它的这个来源有很多种，有很多的渠道，有很多的来源。
Looking at things on the surface, it would appear that all of the fears and sufferings in our life have many different causes, many different origins.
比如说我们没钱没有钱也会痛苦。
For example, no money, the suffering of deriving from having no money.
比如说我们的亲人离开了也会痛苦。
Or, for example, when our nearest and dearest pass away, we also experience suffering.
然后我想拥有的东西没有也会痛苦。
Or when we can't attain the things that we want to attain, then we also experience suffering.
然后我希望永远都拥有的东西失去了我们也会痛苦。
Or the things that we wish to possess always, when we lose them, we feel suffering.
所以我们的这个痛苦的来源有很多很多种。
So we can say that the causes of our suffering, that there are many of them.
但是这个当中呢，有一个是我们自己平时没有注意到的。
However, within all of these things is something that we typically don't pay much attention to.
所有的不一样的这些烦恼，不一样的痛苦，它就有一个来源，这个来源是最关键的。
And that is that all of these various different kinds of suffering, in fact, have the one cause or the same cause, and this is the most important.
那就是《般若心经》里面讲的挂碍，就是执着。
And this is what the Heart Sutra refers to as obscuration of the mind, or otherwise we could say attachment or clinging.
刚才我们讲的这些所有的东西为什么它们让我们产生痛苦呢？就是因为我们对这些东西有执着，所以产生了痛苦。
So why is it that all of the things we just mentioned lead to our experience of suffering? The reason is because we have attachment to all the things just mentioned.
比如说我们也可以在现实生活当中，比如说为了消除我们的痛苦，我们在生活当中也可以去做一些事情。
So we could say that in our everyday lives, in order to get rid of our suffering, there are a few things we can do.
比如说没有钱而痛苦，这样子的话，那我们可以去工作，可以去赚钱。
If we have no money, say, and feel suffering on account of this, we can do work and then earn money.
然后同时呢，我们也可以去做一些生活上的一些事情，我们可以去争取可以暂时可以消除我们的这个烦恼。
And we can take some measures in our lives to, for the time being at least, eliminate our suffering.
但是这些都是临时的，都是短暂的。
But all of these measures are temporary or fleeting, short-lived measures.
所以我们现在把所有的痛苦一下子要解决的话，那我们就需要一个超高的智慧。
So if we want to address all of our suffering right now, then what we need is a super kind of wisdom,
非常非常高级的这个智慧。
a very high level, a very advanced level form of wisdom.
那么这个智慧是什么呢？这个最高级的智慧是什么呢？我们无数的人是没有想到过的。比如说释迦牟尼佛没有讲这个道理的时候呢，我们大家都没有想到过的事情。
So this most advanced level of wisdom is one that countless people have never even thought of. So prior to the Buddha revealing this, many people simply did not know it.
那这是什么呢？释迦牟尼佛告诉我们我们的这个现实生活我们的现实生活是梦佛告诉我们你们在做梦。
So what this wisdom was, or the wisdom that the Buddha Shakyamuni imparted, was that our everyday lives are dreams. The Buddha taught us that we are dreaming.
那么这个时候我们很多人就不能理解了。
But many people were not able to comprehend this.
我们就会说这个现实生活当中的一切都这么的真实，这么的真实，怎么可能是梦境呢？不可能我们很多人的反应就是这样子。
And many people are not able to comprehend this. Their reaction is, how can that be the case? Everything in our lives is so very realistic. It's impossible.
然后我们的现实生活当中的所有的东西都是非常的真实，因为它是真实的，所以我们可以去用它们。
And they would say that all of the various objects and things in our everyday lives are so realistic, we're able to use them.
这是我们无数个成千上万的人从诞生到死亡的时候都没有怀疑过我看到的这个世界到底是不是真实的。
So millions, in fact billions of people, from the moment of their birth until the moment of their death, have not even for one instant doubted whether or not their world is real.
那这个佛的这个般若心经的内容或者是智慧，就是从根本上否定了我们的世界观。
So the wisdom contained within the Buddha's Prajnaparamita Sutra undermines at the very root our conventional worldview.
从本质上就颠覆了我们的所有的常识。
And at the most essential level, breaks through or overturns our common understanding or common sense understanding.
那么这个佛讲的这个理论跟我们的常识有很大的冲突。
So the theory that the Buddha espoused comes into a great conflict with our ordinary understanding.
所以我们很多人是没有办法接受的。
So many people are simply not able to accept it.
我们根本就不相信我们在做什么梦。
We just do not accept that we are dreaming.
我们一定会想种种的理由来证明这个现实是不是梦。
And so we try to come up with all different kinds of reasons to prove that what we are currently experiencing isn't a dream.
我们想通过各种各样的逻辑，通过各种各样的这个证据来我们想通过各种各样的证据来证明这个世界是真实的，而不是虚拟的。
We attempt by all kinds of means, using logic and various kinds of evidence to prove that this world of ours is real and not virtual.
可是有一个问题呢，我们越去找证据，越想证明这个世界是真实的时候呢，我们就越发现我们的这个证据，我们的理论都是非常非常的无力，是苍白无力。
However, one problem exists, and that is the more we attempt to find evidence and the more we seek to prove this to be the case, we discover that our evidence is without basis or reason.
这个时候我们会开始怀疑这个世界的真实性。
So then we begin to doubt the realistic nature of the world.
那么这个世界的真实性我们为什么那么肯定为什么那么相信呢？最终我们要靠我们的感官来证明它的真实性。
So why is it that we have such belief or confidence in the realness of the phenomenal world? At the end of the day, we rely on our 5 sensory faculties to confirm this.
这个世界的真实性，如果我们要证明的话，那么除了我们的5个感官我们亲眼看到、亲耳听到这5个感官以外，我们拿不出什么更好的证据。
In order to prove or establish the realistic nature of the phenomenal world, aside from our 5 sensory faculties, that is, those things we personally see and are able to hear, we are not able to produce any more compelling evidence than this.
为什么呢？因为我们很多其他的问题上面，我们发现我们的这个感官在欺骗我们。
And we discover that in respect of many other issues or problems, our senses, in fact, deceive us.
大家看，这是一个红色的这个花叶子，我们所有人认为这个是红色，花叶就是红色。
So everyone look at this leaf. It's a red leaf of a flower, and everyone regards this leaf to be red.
我们认为花这个物质这东西它就是红色，我们一直都这么认为。
Everyone regards this flower, this leaf, this matter to be red. We always regard this to be the case.
在现实生活当中，我们从来都不会说这个花我们从来都不会怀疑这花到底是不是红色。
In the context of our everyday lives, we never doubt whether or not this flower is in fact red.
我们生下来的时候，我们看到的是红色，所以我们相信我们的眼睛。
Because since the time we were born, we have perceived the color red. We believe what our eyes tell us.
我们每天看到的都是这个红色，所以我们完全相信了我们的感官。
Because what we see every day is this color red, we completely believe our senses.
但是这个里面就有一个很大的问题。
However, there's a big problem with this.
这个画我现在放在我衣服下面那么它是红色的吗
？If I were to put this flower now under my clothes, is it still red in color?
是吗？是红色吗？
Is
能
it?
不能
Is
大
it
家
still
回答
red?
一下？
What does everyone have to say about this?
是。
Yes.
Yes. No. 不是红色。
It's not red.
那么不是红色，是我们亲眼看到是红色，那是什么？是怎么回事呢？
So if it's not red, but we clearly saw ourselves that it was red, then what color is it?
然后这本书的封面是蓝色的，
And the cover of this book is blue.
放在我的衣服下面是蓝色吗？
But if I put it under my clothes, is it still blue?
Yes, 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 yes,
Yes.
no, yes, 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 no 我们就除了少数的人以外，都在说是。
With the exception of a very small number of people, everyone is saying yes.
没错，我们在现实生活当中一直都是这么认为的。
And you're not wrong. Within the context of our everyday lives, we always regard this to be the color.
实际上不是，它现在不是蓝色。
But in actual fact, right now, the book isn't blue.
那它什么时候是蓝色呢？拿出来了以后，我们的眼睛看到的时候，它是蓝色。
So when is the book actually blue in color? It's only when I take it out from underneath my clothes and your eyes see it that it appears as blue.
然后我们周边看看，什么东西没有颜色，都是有颜色的。
If we look around us, what things don't have any color? Everything has a color.
那么这些颜色，我们都认为它是存在的，它是真实的。
And all of these colors we regard to be truly existent.
这张桌布我们前几天也讲过，拿这个桌布来讲过啊，是黄色的啊，红色的、蓝色的，我们大家都认为它这一块布是有颜色的。
So take the example of this table cover. It's yellow and red and blue. Everyone regards this table cover to be colored, to have color.
我们70亿人口啊，都说这个是有颜色的。
Our world population of 7 billion people all regard this to be colored.
只有2个人说这是假的，没有颜色的。
There are only 2 types of people who say that it doesn't have a color or that the color is false.
2个人是谁呢？一个是释迦牟尼佛，但他现在不在，曾经说过。
So who are these 2 types of people? Well, the first is the Buddha, but the Buddha is no longer here right now, but he did say this in the past.
另外一个就是物理学家。
And the second type of person are physicists.
他们2个说啊，这个是没有颜色的。
These two types of people say that this table covering is not colored.
我们大家都觉得这个是有颜色，我们的眼睛告诉我们它是有颜色的。
But all of us say that this table cover is colored. This table cover is colored because our eyes tell us that it's colored.
那么有颜色没有颜色这个事情，在佛教的这个空性当中啊，虽然是一个非常很小的事情。
So this issue of whether it's colored or not colored within the Buddhist concept of emptiness, even though it's just a small issue,
但是呢，它是一个非常重要的事情。它告诉我们它给我们透露了一个非常重要的信息。
even though it may be just a small issue, in fact, it's actually a very important one because it imparts to us a very important piece of information.
它告诉我们什么呢？它告诉我们，我们的眼睛在欺骗我们。
And what it communicates to us, or the message that it communicates to us, is that our eyes are deceiving us.
这个就是对我们来说，确实是一个非常重大的信息。
And this truly is, in terms of us, in terms of ourselves, a very major piece of information.
2500多年前，释迦牟尼佛告诉我们，它不是黄色，黄色是你的视觉。
2,500 years ago, the Shakyamuni Buddha told us that this is not yellow, rather yellow is something seen in the eye.
然后2500年以后 科学家、物理学家告诉我们，它不是黄色，黄色就在你的大脑里面。
And then 2,500 years later, physicists or scientists told us the same thing, that this is not yellow, but rather that the color yellow is produced in the brain.
我们什么时候想过它在我们的大脑里面，或者在我们的视觉里面？我们在生活当中根本没有这么去想过。
But have we ever thought in the context of our everyday lives that this color exists in our brain or at the level of our eye consciousness? No, we've never thought like this.
那么我们对这个颜色的执着对这个颜色的执着，平时让我们产生很多很多的烦恼。
But our attachment to this color regularly gives us a great deal of affliction.
我们对颜色有很多很多的要求。
We have many demands and requirements in terms of color.
非常的挑剔。
We're extremely fussy and picky.
非常讲究。
And extremely particular.
我们以什么样的颜色的衣服，又配什么样的鞋子配什么样的帽子，等等等等。
For example, what color should our clothing be? What color shoe should we match it with? What colored hat should we combine it all with?
还有我们的房子里面的装修，还有这种我们的这些东西的这个搭配，颜色的搭配。
And the colors of the interior decorations inside our homes, which colors go with what, and so forth.
那如果这些都在我们的大脑里面，都不在这个布上面这个布它是没有颜色，那这样子的话，那么这个挑剔讲究，还有这个各种各样的要求，到底有没有意义？
If it is the case that this color exists only in the brain or is produced only by the brain and doesn't exist on or in the cloth, then does all of our fussiness and particular ways and requirements in respect of color have any meaning?
然而平时我们的眼睛在不正常的情况下，比如说生病或者是我们戴了有色的眼镜这样子的时候呢，他会看到的是不是真实的东西，这个我们大家都知道。
So we know that when we have abnormal circumstances, such as when we are sick or when we are wearing particular colored glasses, that what we see is not how things are.
但是他在正常的情况下正常的情况下都有这么大的严重的这个问题这样子的话，那我们怎么样去相信他呢？以后我们怎么去相信我们的感官呢？
But if under normal circumstances we also have such a serious problem, then how can we ever trust our senses?
那么它没有颜色，这个花这些花叶它也没有颜色，然后呢这本书也没有颜色，这个桌布也没有颜色，颜色全部都是我们自己的视觉或我们的大脑创造的，实际上都不在外面，都在我们自己的大脑里面，或者是我们的视觉里面。
So in actual fact, this flower has no color, this book has no color, this tablecloth has no color. All these colors are produced either by our eye consciousness or by our brain. That is to say, they don't exist in the external world, but rather they are produced by the brain or the eye consciousness.
这个时候呢，我们把我们自己的大脑里面的东西，我们认为是在外面的物质上面。
So what we are doing is taking the things that exist in our brain and believing that they exist in the external world.
大家看过没有 VR 眼镜
Has everybody used or worn VR goggles, virtual reality goggles before?
有吗？有，但是不多。
A few people, but not so many.
大家肯定知道 VR 眼镜是什么吧？
Most people know what virtual reality glasses are, don't they?
VR 眼镜就是我们可以戴上一个眼镜啊，然后呢，这个世界是这个眼镜里面看到的是一个立体的一个真实感，非常有真实感的世界。
So virtual reality glasses, when we put them on, enable us to see worlds that appear to be very, very real, very lifelike.
这个微软公司他们做的这个 VR 眼镜，我们戴上了以后比如说你看到了你来到悬崖上你是不敢往前走的。
So when you say put on the VR glasses that are made by Microsoft, then you come upon a cliff edge and you don't dare to go any further.
但是这个悬崖实际上不在外面，就在你自己的眼睛里面。
But in actual fact, that cliff does not exist in the external world. It only exists in your eye consciousness.
但是我们有些时候明明知道这个不在外面，就在我的眼睛里面，但是我们还是不敢往前走。
But in many cases, even though we clearly understand that the cliff doesn't exist outside, but only at the level of our vision, nevertheless, we still don't dare to take one step forward.
这个世界这个世界就像我们 VR 眼镜里面看到的世界一样。
So this world around us is just the same as the world that we see through VR glasses.
在里面，不在外面。
It's internal, it's not external.
我们认为在外面的这个世界是不存在的。
That phenomenal world that we regard to exist externally doesn't in fact exist.
这个我们这种观点是我们平时是我们没有想过的事情。
This kind of viewpoint is one that we typically have never thought about.
我们非常感谢20世纪和21世纪的科学家就把2500年前佛说的这些东西很多就被印证了。
So we should be very grateful to scientists in the 20th and 21st centuries who have proven or verified much of what the Buddha said in this respect 2,500 years ago.
这个问题不是科学能不能印证佛教的问题，而跟我们的生活有关系，我们每个人的生活有关系。
This isn't an issue or a matter of whether scientists can prove what Buddhism says. Rather, it's connected primarily to our everyday lives.
那么从今以后，知道了这个道理以后，相信了这个道理以后，我们怎么生活？我们还是继续觉得这个花是有颜色的，还是我们从今以后认为它是没有颜色的？
So from the point that we understand this principle and come to believe in this principle, then how should we go about living our lives? Should we or do we regard the flower to be colored or to not be colored?
如果我们之前一样，我们认为它是有颜色，这样子的话我们可以这么做，但是呢，这就是已经非常清楚，这个就是自欺欺人我们本身我们的感官在欺骗我们，但是以前我们不知道，现在我们知道了，也希望他来欺骗我们，接受这个欺骗。
So if in the past we believed this to be colored, but we may prefer to continue deceiving ourselves in that way. That is, even though we know it not to be case, we can still continue to hope that it or wish that it were.
那么这样欺骗、自欺欺人的这种生活，它的最终的目的是什么？它的意义在哪里？
So, what is the meaning or the purpose of leading a life of self-deception like this?
所以这个时候呢，我们真的是也就是到了一个这个选择的一个十字路口。
So we can say that at this point we reach a crossroads in terms of the choices that we make.
这个曼哈顿的时代广场叫做世界十字路口。
Times Square here in the middle of New York is known as the crossroads of the world.
那我们现在真的是来到了这个十字路口，我们以后怎么样看待这个东西？
So we've really come across a crossroads here with this issue of how we go about regarding this flower.
如果我们继续认为它是有颜色的那我们怎么样给自己交代？
If we insist on continuing to regard this flower as being colored, then how do we deal with ourselves?
然后除了这个颜色以外，会不会我们看到的所有东西，听到的所有东西我们拥有的一切，会不会是这样子？
Besides the color of this flower, could it be that everything we see, all that we hear, in fact, all that we have is just the same, follows the same principle?
我们一定会告诉自己不会，只有这个才是假的，其他的都是真的。
Necessarily, we say to ourselves, "Oh no, that could not possibly be the case. It's only this flower that is false."
但是其他的都是这样子，一个一个去观察，都是我们的感官创造出来的。
However, every other object is exactly the same. If we examine them closely, then they are all produced by our brain.
现在我们看一下这个心经里面呢有一个非常重要的一句话。
So we're going to return to the text of the Heart Sutra now. There's a very important line.
色即是空。
And that is that, I will get the words exactly correct, form is emptiness.
空即是色。
And emptiness also is form.
色不异空。
Emptiness is no other than form.
空不异色。
Form is no other than emptiness.
就是这个意思。
And this is exactly what we've been talking about now.
色即是空，这个色当然不仅仅是颜色。
So when we talk about form in this context, the Chinese word is often understood to mean color, but clearly we're not referring just to color.
我们看到的这个颜色，听到的声音然后我们接触到的东西，这都叫做色。
All of that which we see, all of the sounds that we hear, all of the things that we touch, all of this is included or encompassed by the notion of form.
色即是空是什么意思呢？我们一直都认为它是外面有这么一个红色的花叶然后呢，现在我们明白了，外面是没有这样子的东西。 所以这个就叫做色即是空。
So when with the line form is emptiness, this refers to how previously we regarded in the external world this red leaf to inherently exist. But now we understand that it doesn't. So this is form is emptiness.
比如说我们吃了一些毒品的时候我们就会产生很多很多的幻觉。
It's like after having taken drugs, we see all kinds of hallucinations.
有一种植物吃了以后，这是我们的感官产生很多的错觉。
There's a type of plant which, if taken, leads us to give rise to many mistaken perceptions.
会看到很多很多稀奇古怪的东西。
We would see all kinds of different strange phenomenon.
然后这个植物或者是毒品的这个能力消失了以后，我们的感官恢复了以后呢，然后我们会知道这都是不存在的。
However, once the effect of the plant or the drug subsides and our senses regain their normal way of operating, then we realize that these hallucinations and illusions are not real.
让我们的感官的功能恢复了以后，我们会怎么说呢？我们会说，刚才我看到的这个错觉是不存在的，是假的，是不存在的。我们这个时候就开始会否定它的真实性。
So once our senses regain their normal function, we begin to we say that those illusions or the things that we just experienced were not real, a fake, and so we begin to negate their reality.
好，这个不存在假的，这就叫做空心。空心是什么？因为它没有真实性它没有真实性，所以叫做空所以叫做空心。
So this emptiness that we refer to here refers to a lack of inherent existence, a lack of real existence, and that's why what we mean with emptiness or empty here.
好，在这个问题上，我们需要注意佛教里面的4个字。
So on this exact issue, there are 4 words in the Buddhist teachings that we need to pay attention to.
我们要特别的要关注一下这4个字的内容。
We need to pay special attention to the content or meaning of each of these 4 words.
4个就叫做缘起心空。
And these 4 words, or they're 4 words in Chinese, are dependent origination and emptiness.
在藏语里面就是dimjit东日。
And in Tibetan, the words are demjit and dongnit.
就这4个字。
These 4 words, or 2 words.
这4个字就完全可以解释我们刚才的一切。
And these 2 words or 2 concepts are able to explain or account for everything.
dimjit或者是这个缘起是什么意思呢？然后东日或者是心空是什么意思？我们接下来再稍微详细一点的去了解一下。
So what I'd like to do now is address or talk about in a more detailed way what these 2 terms or concepts mean, dependent origination and emptiness.
佛教讲的空心，它有很多不同的层次。
So emptiness in the Buddhist teachings has many different levels of understanding.
在一般的在一般层次上的这个空性的理解，它不是一无所有。
However, the general meaning of emptiness in its Buddhist usage doesn't mean that nothing exists at all.
它不是一无所有，那是什么呢？它没有真实性它没有真实性。
So if emptiness here doesn't mean that nothing exists at all, then what does it mean? Well, it refers to the fact that phenomena lacks an inherently real nature.
比如说，我们会说我们做梦的时候，梦有没有？有。梦有没有真实性？没有。
So we could say that when we are dreaming, does the dream exist? Yes. But is the dream inherently real in nature? No.
因为它没有真实性，所以叫做空心，所以叫做心空啊。这个心就是本心、本质、真实啊，它没有这些东西啊，所以它是虚幻的、虚拟的。
So it's because the dream lacks an inherent reality that we refer to it as emptiness or empty in nature. This means that it is false or unreal.
首先啊，请大家要这个记住佛教讲的空性啊。什么意思？就是因为这些我们看到的、我们听到的这些，它没有说我们没有看到、没有听到啊，而是说我们看到的、我们听到的没有真实性。
So please, everyone, remember that when we speak of Buddhist emptiness, what is not being said is we are not saying that we don't see anything or we don't hear anything, but rather that what we see and what we hear lacks an inherently real nature.
比如说这个花叶子。我们没有说我们没有看到它是红色的，我们是看到它是红色的，但它实际上不是红色的，就是这样子。
So we could say in respect of this flower leaf, it's not being said that we don't see it to be red. We do see it to be red. However, what is being said is that in reality it is not red.
看到了，听到了，这个不能否定。
We can't deny or negate what we see or hear.
但是看到的不是真实的。
But what we see and hear is not inherently real.
听到的也不是真实的。
What we hear is not inherently real.
都是我们自己感官创造出来的。
All of these things are produced by our senses.
它跟梦是没有太大的关系。
太大的关系？
没有太大的不一样。
All of these things have no real difference from dreams.
现实生活就是梦的大个梦就是现实生活的小弟，它是弟和个的关系。
弟和哥是什么意思？
弟弟和哥哥。
Oh, let's say, okay. So we could say that the dream is the little brother of our everyday life, and our everyday life is the big brother of dreams.
但是我们比较这个喜欢欺负这个小弟弟我们认为他是假的。
But we usually like to bully our younger brother and say that he is not real.
这大哥我们还是不太敢得罪他，我们认为他是真实的。
But our older brother, we are not so prepared to insult him, so we continue to regard him as real.
实际上他兄弟两个没有什么不一样，就是一个样。
But in actual fact, these two brothers are not different from each other. They are of the same kind.
那么这个就是佛教讲的心空，心就是真实性本心本质在藏语里面叫做让人。
So this is what we mean in when we speak of emptiness or empty nature. This latter part of the compound in Tibetan means nature or essence.
这样子以后呢我们现实生活是有的，我们会听到的，我们会看到的，但是看到的、听到的，它没有真实性。最后总结就是这样子。
So our ultimate conclusion then is that in everyday life we see things, we hear things, and yet what we see and hear lacks an inherently real existence.
然后接下来我们再关注另外的两个字是非常重要的。
So now we should pay attention to two further words that are extremely important.
就是元气 丁质。
And these are dependent origination.
那么既然他们没有真实性，我们看到的这些东西没有真实性，那为什么我们看到了呢？没有的东西，不真实的东西，为什么我们看到了呢？
So if what we see is not inherently real, then how is it that we see something that is not inherently real?
这个就是跟缘起有关系。
This is connected to dependent origination.
那吃了某种毒品就是产生了这个幻觉，那么这个幻觉是不存在的不真实的。不真实的为什么产生了呢？不真实的为什么我们看到了呢？听到了呢？那就是因为吃了毒品，毒品就是这个缘起。
So if we were to take a particular kind of drug and then experience different kinds of hallucinations, then we might say if these hallucinations are not real, then why is it that we can experience them? And it's true. Even though they're not real, we are still able to see and hear them. But the reason that we are able to see and hear things that are not real is precisely because we took a drug. So this is what we mean by dependent origination.
然后梦里面的一切都是不真实的那么不真实的这么一个世界，我们为什么看到了呢？那跟我们的睡眠有关系，睡眠就是缘起。
So if everything that we experience in a dream is not real, then why is it that we see it? Well, this is connected to our state of sleep. So we can say that the sleep here is dependent origination.
同样的，然后这个花它不是红色为什么我们看到的是红色呢？因为它的这个光的频率光的频率，这个物质它是根本没有颜色，没有任何的颜色，但是因为这个光的不同的频率，在我们的视觉当中产生了一个这样子的红色的现象。
And with this flower, even though it is not red, why is it that we see it as red? Well, this has to do with the light frequency, particular light frequency. The flower itself has no color, and yet because of the different light frequency, our eyes register it as red.
不同颜色的这个不同频率的光和我们的视网膜眼睛的视网膜和眼睛的这个各种各样的结构，这个就是缘起，这就是愿。
So these different light frequencies, and the different components of the structure of the eye are all different causes and conditions related to dependent origination.
就是正因为有一个这样子的因缘，所以我们的这个视觉当中就产生了各种各样的颜色蓝色的、红色的、黄色的。
So it's only because we have these particular causes and conditions that our eyes produce these different colors of red or yellow or blue.
所以我们看到这样子的一个不真实的世界是有因缘的，是有原因的。
So the fact that we see a world that is not real, there are reasons for this. There are causes and conditions.
那么这个原因归根结底以后呢，就在我们的内心世界里面。
However, this reason, when we trace it to its root, exists within our inner mind.
然后我们就需要一个这个智慧。
And so we need a kind of wisdom.
那用这个智慧来把我们的这个内心当中的这些物质愚昧 全部端掉。
And we need this wisdom in order to be able to eradicate or eliminate the ignorance that exists in our mind.
然后我们树立一个全新的世界观。
And in order to help us establish a completely new worldview.
全新的这个人生观和价值观。
And establish a completely new outlook on life and system of values.
这个全新的这个三观来指导我们的现实生活。
And let this completely new set of outlook and worldview guide our life.
这样子以后呢，我们可以过一个全新的这个人生。
And in this way, we will be able to lead a completely new life.
可以过一个完全不一样的生活和这个人生。
And lead a completely different kind of life.
佛教将这个我们的这一次的我们的这个人生是非常非常的难得，非常有价值。
Buddhism teaches that this very life of ours is extremely rare and extremely valuable.
为什么这么讲呢？因为我们有机会去追求一个这么高级的智慧。
And the reason for this is that in this lifetime we have the opportunity to seek this kind of advanced wisdom.
因为我们有机会树立这个全新的这个三观。
And because we have an opportunity in this existence to establish a completely new worldview, outlook on life, and system of values.
然后呢，我们比如说我们听到了这个佛教讲的般若波罗蜜多空性那么它意味着什么？对我们每一个人来说是意味着什么？我们接下来简单的说一下。
And now I'd like to go on to talk a little about what it means that all of us have now the opportunity to hear the Prajna Paramita Heart Sutra.
般若波罗蜜多里面呢有一个比喻。
There's an analogy that is used or cited in the Prajna Paramita Sutra.
他用一个比喻来描述这件事情。
This analogy is used to describe what it means to hear the sutra.
这个般若波罗蜜多经里面讲，比如说有一个人在一个非常大的原始森林当中迷路了。
And this analogy describes how a person becomes lost within an extremely vast virgin forest.
然后他在这个原始森林当中呢，走了很长时间。
And this person walks for an extremely long period of time in this virgin forest.
然后走了很长的时间以后，有一天他就遇到了几个放牧的母童。
And then finally, after walking for such a long time, this person encounters several shepherd or children.
那么这个时候他遇到了几个牧童对他来说，这意味着什么呢？
And in this context, what does the fact that this person encounters the shepherd children symbolize?
就是意味着他马上就要从这个原始森林当中出去了。
This symbolizes that this person is very soon going to leave the virgin forest or be able to leave it.
因为放牧的人，他通常不会到这个原始森林的最深的地方去放牧，他通常都在这个边上放牧。
The reason for this is that shepherds or herders very rarely herd their animals in the depths of a forest. They only do so on its margins.
好，我们听这一生有机会听到这个般若波罗蜜多，对我们来说意味着什么呢？我们很快就要从这个轮回当中走出。
So the fact that in this lifetime of ours we have the opportunity to hear the Prajnaparamita Sutra, this in fact tells us that we are very soon going to be liberated from this
虽然
life.
我们还没有证悟我们的修心的境界不一定很高。
Even though we may not have yet achieved enlightenment and our level of practice might not be particularly advanced,
但是已经有了一个很好的开始。
but we've already got an excellent beginning.
开始就是我们开始走出这个原始森林的边上。
And this excellent beginning is that of beginning to leave the margins of the virgin forest.
这个比喻说明什么呢？原始森林，这个原始森林就是轮回，我们的无始以来的轮回。
So what is this analogy saying? Well, in the analogy, the virgin forest is referring to our lives in cyclic existence since beginningless time.
然后密路的就是我们从无始以来就在这个轮回当中轮转密路的人就是我们。
And the lost person in the analogy refers to us being cycling in samsara since beginningless time. So the lost person is us.
然后放牧的牧童是什么呢？就是我们听到的这个般若波罗蜜多佛经。
And the herder children in this analogy are the equivalent to us hearing the Prajnaparamita Sutra.
我们现在还处于这个轮回当中但是呢，我们已经很接近了这个轮回的边缘。
So even though we right now are still in the midst of cyclic existence, we've already approached the margins of samsara.
所以我们有机会去听这个般若波罗蜜多，然后有机会去思考有机会去修这是非常非常难得的。
So the fact that we have the opportunity to hear the Prajnaparamita teachings and to contemplate them and practice them is something very rare.
虽然这个般若波罗蜜多讲的这个观点跟我们的这个常识有很大的这个冲突但是呢，它对我们来说是意义重大就是意思就是说，我们已经开始走出轮回。
So even though the viewpoint that is expounded in the Prajnaparamita Sutra conflicts with our common sense understanding of things, it is of very great meaning. It shows that we have already begun to leave cyclic existence, to depart it.
今天我们给大家简单的讲了这个般若波罗蜜多心经的一个概论。
So in tonight's teaching, what we have done is share with everyone an overview of the Prajnaparamita Sutra.
然后我们明天会继续讲这个般若波罗蜜多的这个原文希望每个人都找到这个中文的或者英文的这个般若波罗蜜多心经的这个这个般若波罗蜜多心经。
And tomorrow I'm going to continue teaching on the original text of the Heart Sutra, and I hope that everyone is able to locate for themselves either a Chinese version or an English version.
好，我们的这个讲座到此结束，大家非常的认真的听了，然后呢也就积极的参与了 谢谢大家。
So that brings to an end our teaching for this evening. Everyone listened very carefully and participated very enthusiastically, so thank you very much.
然后我们最终大家做一个回向。
And we're going to end now with a dedication of merit.
Sonam de tam jo ba nya don ne ni be ja na ban je jang ti ga nan je wa long zhe ba zhe bin zo len zhuo a zhu ver xiu om a hong ban zhen ge zhe ba ma se de om a hong ban zhen ge zhe ba ma se de hong om a hong ban zhen ge zhe ba ma se de hong。谢谢大家，大家晚安。